Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's LinkedIn and YouTube Live. I am Damodar Sahu from Data Safeguard, where I help drive global growth and governance in the area of data privacy and AI risk. It is wonderful to have you all here. Today's topic is one that sits at the heart of innovation and trust. From GDPR to the EU AI Act, aligning global privacy with AI risk management. To be joined by my guest, Aashita Jain. She is joining from Texas, a leading voice in privacy, AI, governance, and compliance, who has worked at the intersection of technology, risk, and regulation. Aashita, yes.
Thank you so much, Damodar. I'm delighted to join this critical conversation on how privacy and AI governance come together to foster resilient innovation.
Great. Thank you. Aashita, let's start with some context. GDPR transformed the organization's approach data privacy. It set a global benchmark. With the UI Act on the horizon, how do you see the landscape evolving for enterprises?
Great question, Damodar. I think GDPR made companies rethink how they collect, store, and process data. And the EU AI Act takes that further. It's not about the data you hold, it's about how you use it in systems and whether those decisions are accountable and fair. Think of it this way: GDPR handles the ingredients, which is your personal data, and the AI Act is the recipe and the final dish. So it's not about safeguarding the kitchen anymore. It's about making sure that the meal you serve, that is the automated outcomes, are safe and trustworthy. And that's where trust by design plays an important role. GDPR introduced the privacy and security by design, and now AI Act goes further, making trust the core principles with the system that are transparent and fair. And this has also expanded our roles as leaders. It's not just about preventing data breaches anymore, it's about protecting the integrity of automated decisions. If your customers and employee don't trust your AI, no matter how innovative it is, you have already lost. So, strong data governance is now the foundation that makes it all work.
At Data Safeguard, we are seeing the fast and our cost AI driven multiple with AI governance. It's not optional; it's essential.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah, Damodar. You work so closely across those global privacy and risk ecosystems. So, in practice, how do you see organizations bridge this GDPR style privacy compliance with AI risk frameworks like NIST AI RMF and the EU AI Act? It's not just parallel tracks, but an integrated strategy, isn't it?
Yeah, great question, Ashita. So, few organ and AI impact assessment. Treating them separately, companies are create unified workflow. Second, embedding privacy by design and accountable into product and cloud initiative from the day one. Then another one, using automation tools like, let's say, in data safeguard, we have ID powered by our patented AI CCE, Cognizable Computing Engine, to data PIS, supply risk operation, and third-party reviews. So this approach sometimes up by 99%, but also ensure that privacy and AI risks are thought time.
I completely agree.
What do you say,
Yeah,
Asita?
I completely agree. I'd actually add in one more. It's called
Okay.
leadership buy in. That is critical because I feel if privacy, legal, procurement, security, they can't operate in silos. Without their alignment, governance risks becoming a bottleneck. And for governance to
Yeah.
become an enabler, a framework that actually accelerates trust and innovation, we need leadership buy-in is critical.
Let's talk about a little bit on the practical challenges, Asita. So, what do you think are the biggest challenges enterprises face when they try to operationalize this and AI governance?
Yeah, I think there are several big challenges that I see when organizations try to operationalize this governance. Convergence first is regulatory fragmentation, balancing GDPR, CCPA, APAC privacy laws, and now AI frameworks. It makes it tough to create a unified governance model. Then there is inherent complexity of AI systems, and explainability and bias aren't just checkboxes, right? Like they require continuous oversight and
Yeah.
accountability. And I think with this modern environment that we are moving into, data observability gaps is another big problem. Many SaaS platforms and with hyperconnected ecosystems and now moving into agentic AI, it's extremely difficult to track data lineage, volume, movement across systems. And enterprises often struggle to know what data they have, how much of it, or where it's flowing. And with that visibility, governance sort of becomes like a guesswork, you can say. Then to add to this, there are vendor and sub-processor risks. So
Okay.
sometimes organizations don't have complete visibility into their supply chain, which creates blind spots and talent gap. Again, on top of that is like a cherry, where we have too few experts who really get both privacy and AI. So sometimes that slows down the execution behind strategy. So it's all at once, I'd say: regulatory, technical, and organizational.
You are spot on. Even in my experience, one of the most practical challenges in is the sub process reviews and supplier risk assessment, right? Without automation and standardized framework, it becomes impossible to scale. That's where governance tools or product really help. So let's talk about a little bit on the future outlook. So anything coming into your mind on the future outlook?
I have a question for you. If we look into
Okay.
2, 3 years ahead, how do you see privacy and AI governance framework shaping enterprise innovation?
Oh, great question. So I believe we will see what I call silent alignment. Regulations like GDPR, the EU AI Act, and frameworks like NIST will quietly converge, and companies or organizations adopt them not just but as enablers of trust. Will move from a reactive to scrambling to meet requirement to a proactive one where privacy and AI governance become part of innovation strategy. AI will no longer be seen as risky but as a trust enabler. You say.
Yeah, that's so true. And transparency will play a huge role. Companies that build explainability and ethical design into their AI will differentiate themselves definitely in the market.
Great. So, Asita, for the organizations listening today, or the people or our audience listening today, what are the top three should start doing tomorrow for the convergence of GDPR and the EU AI Act?
Hmm. I think that's a perfect follow up because strategy is meaningless without execution, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I'd boil it down to three immediate actionable priorities. Number one, create a unified inventory for your data and AI systems. What I mean by that is you cannot govern something you cannot see, right? GDPR gave us record of processing activities. Now you need a sequel, which is an AI use case register. Think of it like drawing a map before a road trip, and without that map you're driving blind. Start by asking
Yeah.
like what automated decisions are we using or developing, what is the business purpose of each system, what data do they rely on, is it personal data or sensitive data, and the most important, what is the potential impact of it on individuals. The goal is a single pane of glass view of your AI footprint, and inventory is that foundational map that will help you navigate it. Then I'll go to second one, which is operationalize responsible AI principles, starting with your data. Trustworthy AI isn't just it's a great concept, but it's not a switch you can just flip. Like, it's like maintaining clean water in a reservoir, and if the source is contaminated, everything downstream is too. So it's very important. Start with your data. Law is very clear. They need for the need of high quality, well prepared data to train high risk model. So your first action step should be choose high risk system from your inventory, like recruiting tool or maybe a credit model, and do a deep dive assessments into it data. Track its lineage of training data. Can you prove where it come from? Is it complete? Is it accurate? Is it current? So that's very important. And third and foremost is invest in people and culture. Governance can't live only in
Yeah.
compliance, right? It needs to live in how teams work day to day as they design, build, and deploy systems. Invest in training and awareness to ensure privacy, product, and engineering share the responsibility together. And I think
Yeah.
to summarize, I'd say prioritize visibility, quality, and culture to align both the uh, GDPR and AI Act goals.
These are excellent point, Sita. So if I want to add one more, let's embrace by design and accountable values across organizations. Not feel like a checkbox, it should feel like a plus or business enable.
Yeah.
So I think great discussion we have been having so far. So yeah, this has been such a rich discussion, and I think you are spot on. You literally shared those, And if I want to quickly recap, three key takeaways: GDPR and the two AI acts are not separate sides; must align them together. Accountable AI are the twin data safeguard we always advocate for. Responsible AI, automation, training, functional collaborations are essential to scale. Asita, thank you so much for sharing your expertise and insights.
Thank you, Damodar. It was a pleasure. I think you're absolutely spot on, right? Building trust and enabling innovation responsibly is the go forward.
Absolutely. And thank our audience for joining us. If you full discussion today's, or if you want few questions, feel free to comment box and ask. Either Asit take a look at and we will try to answer. And please follow me and Asita as well as Data Safeguard, and stay updated on many upcoming sessions coming up with respect to privacy, because privacy matters. So until next time, stay safe, stay innovative, and keep building the trust. So see you soon. Thank you, Asita.
Thank